Hello, welcome to the live US session. Today, let's see what is our plan and how it was developed last week, because we said we want to have some retracement on the indices, and is actually what we are seeing at the moment. And let's see if it's gonna have some opportunity to start to be on the long side, or we're gonna go still lower. And also, let's see if the dollar index is gonna go on phase 2, or we're gonna see some upside. So let's see the plan of the week. Let me share the screen. So let's start with the indices as usual. So this is S&P 500 chart, is a ETF chart. So is SPY on TradingView. So clearly we'll see we are on phase 2. And I mark this level here, where I want to see price is gonna reject to go longer. So if we get normal S&P 500 chart, we have the same view. So the right price action will be this 4,330. I would like to see today. I don't know if let me drop down time frame. Maybe today is still going a little bit lower, and then tomorrow ready to go long. First option. So otherwise, if today we're gonna reject this level here, which we're already approaching almost there, this support area here, this 4,360, I will see some price action if price get a little bit bullish on the opening time. So if it's gonna break this trend line, let me draw it nicely. So let's see if it's gonna break this trend line, and we go long on the indices. Same view is on Nasdaq. Nasdaq as well is on phase 2, and we are seeing nice uptrend. I want to see price coming on this level here, which is 14,720, around that. So we can clearly see it was nice cycle development. So I mark this level here, and I want to see price is going to reject to set up ourselves to be a buyer again. Of course, if the price doesn't hold the level for Nasdaq and S&P as well, I might consider to short until another support level, which for S&P will be this one. Let me get the S&P chart. So the main focus will be to reject this level, because it's already rejected before, but was going lower. So now this level have to act as a support to be a buyer. So if it doesn't hold the level, we can probably see price come back at this level here, 4,180 again. But then I will consider to be more bearish than bullish. That is the view on the indices. Let's see the other indices, what they're doing. Let me bring the IG chart. Let's see Dow Jones. Okay, Dow Jones daily time frame is still on uptrend, but have to be a little work to do. So I might consider to just to buy when it's coming above the 34,000. Russell 2000 daily time frame. Let's see if it's gonna hold the level as well. So will be benefit as well the other indices what we talked about before. So if it's gonna reject this level, it would be nice to see any upside on Russell as well. The level is 1,820. Okay, moving on the currency prospect. Let's start with the king of the currency, which is the dollar index basket, which this is the DXY future chart, where we can have our eddy line on the bottom. You can have the eddy line just if you have the pro account. So I will always recommend to have pro account if you wanna get a step ahead on your trading system and planning ahead, because this is show you the volume on the particular market you watch. So analyze the dollar index. We said was an uptrend last week, and I want to see from here come back here, but then eventually last week it done this one and then come back at this level, which I wanted to do last week, this one, but it didn't. So now price is pushing lower, but I'm not convinced a little bit on this move, but I want to see more. I'm still bearish on dollar, but I want to see more confirmation on this downside until this 105. Why I say this one? Because some level have to break or hold. So let's start to analyze all the currency. Let's start with the euro dollar. So I want to be a buyer on euro if going to go above this level, which is already approaching now, and I want to see this break and come back to be a buyer on the euro. So the level, let's drop down time frame. I will show you the better price. So I want to see price now it's going above. To set up ourselves to be a buyer until the other level, which is 1.12. So I have to break this level, this 1.96, to be a buyer. Moving on Australian dollar. You can see price was ranging as usual, what we talk about for the previous weeks, and then this happened. So let's see if this one is gonna have just the phase 2 to be the first cycle as a phase 1. So I want to see price is gonna hold the level as well, which is, I'll get this one and put here, because you can see there is some resistance support level here. So if price doesn't break this 0.6662, I will remain bullish on Australian dollar until this 0.70 mark, which is this resistance level here. So for me at the moment it's just patient and see the best setup. So let's see if this is gonna be the first higher low. to start the uptrend, because before we had just one direction, so there was no trend. So let's see if this is going to develop as a trend. Moving on, pound as well is interesting to see because it's nice uptrend. I want to still be a buyer on pound dollar because the chart look healthy. You can see first cycle, second cycle. I like is interacting in this support level and also rejecting the trend line, this support line here. So let's drop time frame and see if we can have some price for the entry. Sorry, man. Okay, so you see price is rejecting nice this trend line. So now showing the low test bar, then before I test bar. So price is a little bit unclear at the moment. So I want to see this trend line is going to break to have a confirmation on the upside. Drop down 1 hour time frame. You can see it's already developed a nice pattern, which is 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna set alert on my IG broker, which we trade on it. So if you wanna have a look on the description, there is the link to subscribe on our IG account broker. So it's nice. I recommend because web-based and it's nice to trade. Very simple, especially for beginners. So I will set up alarm and see after that when the price is gonna reach this, how is bullish or not. So the level is 127.49. So I set the alert when price is coming here. I will make my decision to see if go long. Moving on, Kiwi dollar. I like as well Kiwi because after we can probably see a change of trend because after this downtrend, of course, it didn't break this one to confirm the change of trend, but if price is start to make this the first higher low, so this could be our second higher high. So I want to see price breaking this level of 62.12 to see if I'm gonna have some upside on Kiwi dollar. So just waiting time as well. I like this one is rejected this trend line and price will continue like this. Dollar CAD, we see the CAD is very strong at the moment, and but for me is overextend. So I want to see some pullback on dollar CAD until this 1.3215 to set up myself to be a seller again. You can see price is looking very bearish after this big move on the downside. So let's see if price is gonna reject this level and come back at this area here, 129. Dollar yen was the best performance, I think so, on the upside. But I think so is almost running out of steam because we have this major resistance level here, 145. And I think so from here, I will be checking to have some reversal trade on dollar yen. At the moment, it's not on my buy list because the reward to risk is not much. So I will just check when the price come here and to be on the downside. Dollar Swiss franc is not what we trade, but let's have a look. So it's look nice if gonna develop on some downtrend because can clear this one and this. So let's see if it's gonna now is on hovering around on this. Let's see if drop down time frame on 4 hour. Yeah, price have to break this 0.89 to be on the short side as well to sell the dollar against the Swiss franc. Moving on the commodities, I very much like the silver, what is doing. I prefer silver now than gold, but let's analyze gold first. Daily time frame. I can't see very nice clear direction at the moment because we can have two options. First option, we could probably reject this 190.40 again to go lower at this point here, 180.70, or come back on top of the 1,940 to be on the long side until this previous higher point. So for me, just waiting time as well for commodities, but I prefer silver because I like if what is doing, and I will set up myself, I think so, for next week to be a buyer on silver because you can see it's doing this movement like a downtrend. I want to see price come back on this trend line, and from here, like above the 22, I will set up myself to be a buyer. If you watch this one, it look like the same or similar view of this. And when price go lower and reject the trend line, it start to go on the upside. So if you want to zoom a little bit more, you can see price always rejecting this trend line a lot of times. So let's see price this week is gonna come back here. I will set up myself to be a buyer on silver. The last commodity is oil. Is not on my interest because very choppy transaction and ranging market. So for me is out of my my drawing. You can see is just ranging at this price here. So for me is out of my checklist. So yeah, to recap a little bit, watching the indices, what they're doing today and tomorrow. I don't want to see price bringing lower, but some level have to hold to be a buyer again. So let's see how it's gonna develop later on the indices when they open the market. And yeah, dollar index, I want to see more confirmation to the downside. Top of my list, pound and euro long. So if you like any topic what we are doing, and I would suggest you to subscribe to our channel to don't miss any trade opportunity, weekly update, crypto watch list as well, some stock to buy. So yeah, so please subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon to don't miss any trading opportunity and our live session. So we're gonna have another live session this week, which is gonna be Thursday, 1:30 p.m. UK time, as usual. So until then, thank you very much. And